In a quiet village nestled between two hills, there lived a humble seamstress named Aisha. Known for her delicate stitches, Aisha's hands wove not just fabric, but also stories of hope, love, and connection into each piece of cloth. Her work was sought by many, but it wasn't just for the beauty of her garments. There was something more to her creations, something magical. One day, an old traveler came to her tiny shop with a tattered piece of cloth. He had traveled from faraway lands, through deserts and jungles, in search of Aisha. The cloth he held was old, weathered by time, but he believed it held an ancient secret, a secret Aisha was destined to uncover. The fabric had symbols woven into it, symbols that no one could understand. "They say you can mend more than cloth," the old traveler said, placing the fabric on her table. "This cloth contains a map to a treasure, but only the purest heart can reveal its path." Aisha, intrigued but skeptical, began her work. As her needle danced across the cloth, strange things began to happen. Threads she hadn't touched began to move, weaving themselves into intricate patterns. The symbols on the fabric started to glow faintly, and Aisha could feel a soft pull, like a whisper calling her from another world. Curiosity turned to wonder as the cloth unfolded before her eyes, revealing a hidden map. But it wasn't a map of land or treasure. It was a map of people, people who were connected by invisible threads, much like the cloth she was holding. Every person represented on the map was linked to someone else, and these connections formed a powerful, unseen network that influenced the entire village and beyond. Aisha realized that the fabric was not leading to material wealth, but to something far greater, the bonds of humanity. The invisible threads showed her who was in need, who was lonely, and who had forgotten the value of friendship and love. It became clear that her role was not to find a treasure for herself, but to help others reconnect with the invisible threads that tied him together. With this newfound gift, Aisha began to subtly mend the broken connections in her village. She would craft garments with special threads for those who had drifted apart, unknowingly binding them closer. Families that had long forgotten to speak to one another found themselves laughing again. Old friends, separated by misunderstandings, were suddenly reminded of their shared memories. Even strangers passing through the village would feel an inexplicable warmth in Aisha's presence. The word of Aisha's magical sewing spread far and wide. But the true magic wasn't in the cloth or the symbols. It was in the simple act of understanding that everyone is connected by invisible threads of kindness, love, and empathy. And as these threads were strengthened, the village transformed into a place of harmony, where no one felt alone, and everyone's life was intertwined with meaning. The old traveler, having witnessed Aisha's work, smiled and left the village quietly, for he knew that the real treasure had already been found. The treasure was not gold or jewels, but the unseen bonds that tied people's hearts together. As time passed, Aisha's shop became a place not just of beautiful fabrics, but of healing and connection. And though many tried to understand the secret behind the cloth, Aisha knew that the real magic was in the invisible threads that connected all of humanity. A gift she shared with every stitch she made.